Morning to all. So, I don't want to get into specific situations, but one of the most frustrating things, and I get why people do it, but it's frustrating, it's annoying, is when people see that you do a hobby, you do it for fun, you like it, let's say you're decent at it, and at some point they're like, oh, have you ever thought about having a business? Ooh, you could do this as a side hustle. Oh, you can do this type of job. It makes me not want to talk about hobbies. It makes me not want to show anybody anything. And I will say, typically, I really just at this point keep it to a select few people. I can count on one hand how many people I like to talk to about anything that I might have done, something I might have put in my visual journal, art journal, I don't know what that's called, or anything related to languages. I just do not like to talk to just anyone about it, because why can't you just enjoy something? If you do a hobby, right, and let's say you're not the absolute best at it, people will think it's a waste of time. Even if I'm not great at something, why can't I just still just to enjoy it? One really good example is with languages. So I don't know if I mentioned this on here before with the languages. Maybe not. But anywho, I love learning about languages and whatnot. My major was linguistics. It could or could not be a mistake, but that's another conversation for another day. But regardless, it started when I was in 6th grade and they put me in a Spanish class. I did not sign up for that. They just put me in a Spanish class. But as time went on, I realized that one of the only things that I liked doing was foreign languages. So I did Spanish throughout middle school, and then I did some in high school. I did 2 years of French, and I did very little bit of Latin and Chinese. I also dipped my toes just to see how Korean and Japanese were. That might have been it. And then when I got to college, I did Chinese, and something sparked the interest in Portuguese. So right now, my languages of interest for sure are Spanish, Portuguese, Mandarin, and Korean. I'm pretty sure I'll do French. I just don't know how far I'll go. But the point is that I'm not at a native like fluency, which I think when people hear someone talk about languages, that's the first thing that they think. And fluency is on a spectrum, right? It's on a spectrum, so you could have base understanding to native like. And I would say Spanish is the best one, and it's conversational. It's something that I picked up more so after I had my daughter. And it took me 5 years to get to a point where I was conversational, but I wasn't rushing it. I don't rush any language. That's why I would never be on Polyglot YouTube. And I don't really watch videos from that section of the internet anyway. I don't care about learning languages in a short amount of time, being fast, proficient. I don't care about how many words I could learn per day or per week. I don't care about any of that. I just enjoy the process. But I don't even like to talk about it like that, because if somebody asks what I'm doing, let's say I'm on YouTube and I'm watching videos from BBC, like the Spanish channel, and somebody's like, oh, you could do such and such. Or even worse, because I will say I had a more extensive list of languages that I was interested in, and I could always just dabble after I get to the levels that I desire in these languages that I mentioned before. And then you'll have people be like, oh, why don't you just do French and Spanish and then maybe Chinese, and that should be sufficient because it's better to learn just a few languages to a high level than to speak a bunch. There is almost nothing that pisses me off more than that comment, because I'm not doing this for any reason besides the fact that I like it, because the languages that I'm interested in, I consume the most content from outside of English. And that's whether it's music, whether I just happen to start seeing blogs, or not blogs, but vlogs coming up on my homepage on YouTube, TV shows or whatever. It just is what it is. And then it's nice to meet people. But I always had an interest because I will say, and this is a little side note, when I was in high school, I was like, there's Spanish and there's French, cool, but I want to do something else. And so that's why I've been interested in wanting to study something else other than just romance languages. But nevertheless, this conversation is annoying. Why can't I just enjoy it? And I'm not perfectly native fluent or whatever. And that's fine. If it takes me a good 10 years to get to the level of Portuguese or Korean that I like, then so freaking be it. I don't care. I'm just enjoying the process. If I'm working on anything that's creative, and that's something that I just started to get back into. I have my journals, and then I'm starting to work little by little with drawing again. And the reason why is because these things, the fun got sucked out of me at some point when I was younger, and I want to get back to this stuff. The same thing with Chinese. I took Chinese classes in college and it was fine until I transferred over to university and I was in those intermediate classes. Did I pass? Yes, but I didn't want to touch Chinese for so freaking long. So now we're back and I'm basically a false beginner. I could have been at the same level with Spanish at least. And there was one point where for me, Chinese was the stronger language over Spanish. But it's okay. But it's like these things have been at one point something that became not enjoyable, something where the fun became sucked out of it, something where people were discouraging. And I just want to do it to bring back that part of me that has joy in her heart. Anyone who knows my story growing up, you would understand. At this point, at 31, I want to find things to look forward to. I do every single thing every single day? No. Well, languages, yes, but sometimes I'll do just one language. Sometimes I'll be able to fit in those three. I haven't tried to fit in French or Korean yet. I dabble here and there, but it's okay. But I feel like I can't totally blame people for it because yes, the economy is trash and people feel like 9 to 5s are draining. I will say I work in the school system, so all those breaks I get, I don't particularly mind. Yes, I make crumbs, but there are other things that I'm interested in, and maybe down the line I could monetize those things. But I just don't see myself with stuff like this, stuff that I genuinely enjoy the process of. I don't see it. So actually think about this one quote. And for anybody who knows me and will see this, hear me out because people know if my husband in my head is DPR Ian, Christian U, he is, and I don't care what anybody tries to tell me. But he said this quote before that I just adore. It's something that it's gonna stick in my head forever, honestly. And he was like, we don't make art to make money. We make money to make art. So I would say, even if I'm monetizing something, let's say if I'm monetizing this channel, which I do enjoy yapping into, but if I'm enjoying this channel and I'm able to make money down the line, I would take the money and I would want to pour it into getting better stuff to make videos. You get what I'm saying? So it's not just about the making money part. I like enjoying the process of a lot of things. I'm enjoying the process of learning each language, and with every single grammar point that I finally understand, let hobbies be hobbies. It does not have to always be something to put money on. This is just my experiences. It just sucks the absolute fun out of it, which defeated the purpose of me doing it in the first place. If there was some way for me to monetize whatever and I still get to enjoy it because it's on my terms, what I get to do with that thing, fine. But I am not going into any kind of money-making endeavors with any of the things like languages or any kind of art things that I just love to do. I'm not doing it with the thought of, oh, I can make money this way. No. I have to come to that idea myself, but I just don't like people telling me what I could and could not, and what I should and should not do, and how to go about things. But anyway, this is just, I guess this is a memo to myself. I had that thought before, but I never said that out loud. Let hobbies stay hobbies. Have something to look forward to every single day, especially so that you're not dead scrolling on stuff as well. That has been one of the biggest game changers. But anyway, I'm about to go enjoy myself. I'm trying to debate if I want to do some kind of listening in one of these languages, or if I want to read this book, or do I want to start cooking, because today is Thanksgiving and I'm on mac and cheese duty, which is a big deal. So anyway, that's all I have to say, and just enjoy your life. Find something to look forward to every day. Bye.